We've got some more positive for you about the gardens this morning because experts are predicting a bumper harvest of apples this year. Despite all those warnings in the summer about the heat wave damaging some crops, it seems it's not been quite as bad for apples as we thought.
Yes, and although some traditional orchards are in decline, there's been a rise in a new generation of community orchards set up on shared green spaces. Our environment correspondent Helen Briggs went to find out more.
Nothing spells autumn like apples, but gathering to share the harvest is becoming a thing of the past as traditional orchards vanish from the landscape. This orchard at Swan Barn Farm is one of a new generation of community orchards where people club together to plant fruit trees on local green spaces.
That they're not connected to their computers or their mobiles or their TVs. So there's that being away from the usual hubbub of life, just coming somewhere that's beautiful like this, outdoors. It's just that thing of all being together, and there's something magical about it.
And today volunteers are turning the apples they've helped grow into fresh juice using an ancient apple press.
It's a lovely place and the trees are beautiful, and doing something like this you get to meet some nice, it's just a nice sociable thing to do.
Better thing to do than be coming out here on a lovely day like today, helping the community, helping the environment. Can't do better than that, really.
This has got an absolute amazing amount of different apples. I don't know any of their names.
The boom in community orchards is bringing back hundreds of forgotten varieties of British apple. Here at Wisley Gardens in Surrey, apple detective Jim Arbery is on a mission to identify them. By sight, touch and taste alone, he quickly recognised two mystery varieties from Swan Barn Farm.
I think this is Court Pont du Plat, which is an old French apple, certainly from the Middle Ages, or possibly even Roman.
This summer's heat wave and drought has caused problems for crops, but apples have fared relatively well and should be particularly sweet due to the sunshine.
Well, it's going to be a bumper year, so it's going to be a lot, but also, importantly, it's going to be really good quality, I think. They're going to be quite firm and with good flavour and sweet, plenty of sugar in them. So that's going to give them generally good flavour, and that particularly applies to some of the later ripening apples, which do need that long season to ripen and get good flavour and good sweet apples.
Community orchards are born out of a desire to reconnect with nature and make the most of local food, and they're becoming all the more important as food prices soar. Helen Briggs, BBC News in the Surrey Hills.
And to prove that it's a great autumn for apples, you've been sending in your photos this morning of your crops at home.
Yeah, what a bumper year it is proving to be. Let's have a look at this from Matthew. What? Some of the biggest apples in his mother-in-law's orchard in West Rutting in Cambridgeshire.
I think he's nicked round to nick them
Yeah,
from his mother-in-law.
with his wheelbarrow.
They're going to juice them, apparently, as they've got so many. Erie in North Pembrokeshire has sent us in this picture of one. She's only got one, but it's a cracker, isn't it? A traditional Welsh apple, she says. Her 6-year-old daughter has been enjoying her first harvest. Megan is the daughter. Obviously, Megan's been enjoying so many of them. She's only got one left.
Let's go to Galway, shall we? Look at this from Tony. The crop is so heavy, it's even managed to snap one of the branches on his tree.
Really?
Despite he's actually gathering them every day.
Amanda's apple tree is also still flourishing, despite moving it a few years. That's a lovely picture, isn't it? I love the colours.
Right, you ready?
That's not all.
One more.
Yeah.
Sue. Here's Sue's. Her bucket of Bramley apples. She says her tree has kept her neighbours happy by producing a perfect crop for making crumbles and pies. We like a crumble, don't we, John?
We like a crumble. We were talking about the joy of crumble a little bit earlier. Our family once won Best Apples in a Village Show.
You kept that quiet?
Yeah,
You've been talking about apples all morning and you tell that to me now at 10 to 9.
You literally have to buff them up and polish them and arrange them on a napkin, yeah? One of my proudest ever achievements.
Yeah, I'm very proud of you.
Yeah, thank you very much indeed, Sally. I'll send you a photo.
Thank you.
I'll submit it.